Are you a small business owner, a trader, a school owner, a federal civil servant, a Lagos or Edo civil servant, a farmer or a farm supply merchant? Do you need a loan or wish to fix your money for a high yield interest? Talk to us today and get your loan in less than 24 hours. Visit our website on www.lapo-nigeria.org or call us on 0813-984-0230. Email info@lapo-nigeria.org.
Globally, businesses and corporations are faced with challenges that requires fresh thinking on strategy, leadership, and governance to survive. The Anchor is a program designed to help organizations and individuals to be skilled in handling challenges. Join Dr. Osare Emokai, a development economist and a corporate strategist, for this interactive, informative, educative program.
Pleasant day to you, our tuning audience out there. Welcome to this program, The Anchor. We've been looking at brand management and how you use brand management in navigating these challenging times. We did promise that we'll be taking you through the process. And today we'll be looking at how you use media performance or media performance measurement. How do you measure the performance of your media? We'll go on a short break, and immediately after the short break, we'll be right back diving into this discussion for the day.
Globally, businesses and corporations are faced with challenges that requires fresh thinking on strategy, leadership, and governance to survive. The Anchor is a program designed to help organizations and individuals to be skilled in handling challenges. Join Dr. Osare Emokai, a development economist and a corporate strategist, for this interactive, informative, educative program.
Welcome back to this exciting program. We'll be talking on media performance measurement. And with me in the studio discussing this exciting episode is Mr. Tony Aya, Director of Research, Mindshare Communication Group, and also the Deputy Rector of Ejon School of Management. My name is Ebe Tebepena, the Vice Chairman of Mindshare Communications Group. And we'll just quickly go into the discussion of the day, looking at media performance measurement. We looked at the first part, and for that first part, we talked about media planning. What does it take to plan? What are the strategies for you, your media agency will consider when you push forward the budget, and what are the strategies in ensuring that they meet the objective? And if they know that the budget is not sufficient enough, they propose an additional, a contingent budget to ensure that your objective is met. Today, we'll be looking at media performance measurement. Mr. Aya, can you just take that on from here?
Okay, in the previous episode, we had mentioned some of the matrices that we use to measure advertising performance. Now we continue from day to day. The first one I want to mention is what we call conversion or conversion rate. We are all familiar with what happens in the social media, let's say Facebook or whatever. Any one you open, you see some adverts that are there, even in your own Facebook account. You open it, you see some adverts. Some we need you to click, something you view. So conversion rate is all about any action. What happens when you take any of such actions? Like when you saw an ad on your Facebook account, you click it. That's what conversion is talking about. So when they use it to convert people, apart from viewing your media or whatever, for you to take action in buying their product. That's what conversion rate is all about. But and it has a formula for you to know what when such action happened, what have you achieved. I want to give an example now. By the way, the formula for calculating conversion rate is number of conversions divided by number of clicks times 100. So if, for instance, a company sells shoes and then we ran a campaign on Facebook and the ad receives 250 clicks, that the ad they put somebody, all the people that saw it clicked, and the number is 250. And then the advertising was happy seeing that the click-through rate was up to 10. So how would that one translate to what you have done? If you if you calculate what has happened with the formula I have told you, that would be 250, 10 over 250 times 100, that's 4%, which is the conversion rate is 4% only. So the more people click, the better for conversion rate. That's one. The conversion rate of 4% seems to be low. So what do we do? I will advise the marketer to find a way of boosting that advert so that there will be more clicks. You know, the more people click it, that's the better. So there has to be increase. That the 4% we have used in this example is low. So conversion rate works with number of clicks. The more the clicks, the better.
Okay, you can go to the next point.
The next one is click-through rate. Is a click-through rate actually is the process of tracking the number of people that are viewing whatever you have on media. That's advertising in whatever form. So for you to now calculate, all these things are for you to see whether what you are doing, there is a return on your investment. So this click-through rate is one other way you want to measure the performance of all the things you have been doing. And the formula for calculating that one is number of clicks divided by number of views times 100. You get your click-through rate. If I may give another example, a campaign was run and the ad received 2,000 views. That means people viewed it 2,000 times and it received 50 clicks. That's number of people that viewed it, not number of people. It was viewed 2,000 times. I can view it maybe 1, 2, 3, another person like that, but the number of times that it was viewed was 2,000 times, and it received only 50 clicks. Using the formula I have mentioned, so the CTR will be 50 over 2,000 times 100. That is 2.5%, which is also not bad. That one too for click rate is not bad. So, but the higher the figure, the better for the campaign we are running. Apart from click-through, we have CPA, which we had mentioned in our previous episodes. So this is another model in online advertising, which is can also be used to measure the performance of our campaign. In case of the CPA, an advertiser will only pay when a conversion takes place, regardless of the number of impressions an ad receives or number of clicks it generates. So there are so many of them. The next one will be what we call CPA, cost to an advertiser, which is calculated by dividing cost to an advertiser by the number of conversions. And if I may give another example, if a company says, maybe a company that deals on laptop, through its website, run an online ad campaign where one promoting a newly arrived model of laptop was viewed for 3,000 times, and there was only 15 conversions. That means the number of impressions will be 3,000. So there are many of these matrices that we use to mention measure the performance of online advertising. I have so far mentioned 3. Maybe subsequently I will also mention other ones.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Anya. I also want to consider some of the metrics used. There is also the one we call CPM. We wouldn't want to bore you with all the calculations, but if you are in need, we also want to refer you back to us after this session or after this program. You can, as our lines will be scrolled, our info will be scrolled on air. You can just reach out to us and we'll attend to some of these things. It's not intended that as a client, you go ahead and begin to do all of this. It's for you to have the knowledge of what is being done so you can engage the agency in the right direction. So we have CPM. This acronym stands for cost per thousand impression. It is mostly used for the creation of brand awareness. You want to create brand awareness, one of the metrics you need to consider is called CPM. In terms of digital advertising, an impression takes place whenever an ad is shown to its audience, regardless of whether the ad receives a click or not. Note, regardless whether the ad receives a click or not. It is calculated by dividing the cost of an advertiser by the number of impressions and multiplying the result with 1,000. So that's where the name is gotten for cost per 1,000 impression. So you divide and you multiply with the result you get with 1,000 clicks that you have. So it's basically calculated this way: cost per advertiser divided by impression multiplied by 1,000. I'll take that again. How you calculate your CPM: cost per an advertiser divided by impression multiplied by 1,000. We'll quickly give an example. Suppose an ad received 3,500 impressions and the advertiser decided to spend 30 million for the campaign. The cost for 1,000 impressions will be 30 million, which is the cost to the advertiser, divided by 3,500, which is the impression gotten, multiplied by 1,000. So what you'll be having by impression is in our figure in this country. You can do that in your own currency, but in our figure in Nigeria, it will give you 8 naira 0.57 kobo. I'll take that again to give you 8 naira 57 kobo, in which means that the advertiser agreed to pay this sum of amount, 8 naira 57 kobo per impression for the 1,000 of people that viewed. The next one is called CPC, cost per click. Similar to the CPM, CPC, cost per click, is another widely used model in online advertising. In previous episode, we did talk about how you calculate the traditional media cost per 1,000, and so we don't want you to mix up this when we are basically looking at the digital media, the social media, and how you use this. So it's far different from the way you calculate the traditional medium or the traditional media. So for the cost per 1,000, it is expected. What it means is meaning that no matter how many times an ad is viewed by its audience, the advertiser will have to pay only when it is clicked. No matter how, I'll take that again. No matter how many times an ad is viewed, the time you will need to pay is when the target audience there clicks that ad.
Concord Security Services provides impeccable security services to its diverse clients, from banking to telecoms, from international examination institutions to big restaurants. Our emphasis on the use of cutting-edge technology to provide solutions to prevalent security challenges gives us a competitive edge in the industry. Our array of services include man guarding, CCTV, perimeter fencing, full body scanners, metal detectors, VIP protection, escort services, due diligence, and event security. We offer extensive trainings to our security personnel to improve their physical fitness, mental alertness, and exceptional skills in managing complexity at our 2 training centers in Ed John School of Management and in Ilasa office. Engage our services today and let us give you peace of mind. Concord Security and Protocol Services Limited is located at 25 Abiyakuta Street off Beliat Bus Stop, Ilasamaja, Oshodi, Apapa Expressway, Lagos. Telephone
0805 690 8568
or 0805 119 9931. Send a mail to info@concordsecurityng.com or visit our website at www.concordsecurityng.com.
Welcome back after that short break. We were still looking at cost per click, and we want to look at why do you want to take this approach when you are looking at your buy, you're doing your media buy to ensure that the target audience out there get the message. Very important. This model is effective when the campaign goal is to get as many clicks. Your campaign goal is to get as many people out there to click your advert. So you keep on pushing it out there, and as they begin to click, it counts for you. That is why it's important for you to use these metrics when you, and because once they begin to click, they engage. You remember what when Mr. Anya was defining, we were defining the media plan. The intention is to engage the teen audience out there and ensure that return on investment is achieved. So the clicking that is like you are being told that your ad or your material is being the awareness is created, and from the awareness the 8-car process is also being followed. That desire to get into or buy those products rather are being taken into consideration, and after that consideration they are taking action to buy. The next one I want us to look at is CPC, cost to an advertiser number of clicks. Similarly, you can find the cost of the advertiser if you have the number of clicks and the CPC set for it. How do you calculate CPC? Cost to an advertiser is CPC multiplied by the number of clicks. So you must know the cost to the advertiser, which is the budget you are throwing out there, multiplied by the number of clicks, you get your CPC. I'll give an example. Thereafter, I'll ask Mr. Anya to continue with some of these metrics. The example for CPC is calculated. Suppose you are running an ad campaign for one of the e-books that you sell online. You choose the CPC model. This is being recommended here. How much will you have to disburse for the campaign? Consider the number of clicks and the amount you would like to spend for each click. If the number of clicks you receive is 50, the CPC is 2,000 naira from this region in terms of naira. The total cost to you is 1,000. Remember, we said the cost to an advertiser multiplied by the number of clicks. So 50 multiplied by 2,000 naira, you get 100,000 naira. Mr. Aya, can you just take us through the remaining metrics?
There are just many of them, Mr. Ibi. I want to say here now that our intention is not to
Bore our
to
audience.
engage our audience into academic exercise, but we want to inform them that you can measure the performance of your campaign through the use of many matrices. There are many of them. We have mentioned a lot. We still have cost per lead, that's CPL. We still have ECPM. We still have ECPC. We still have ECPA, and so many of them. So what we want to inform our marketers and our audience is that we are here as the experts. When a campaign is wrong, you may not want your agency to do the calculation for you because they cannot be a judge in their own court. Consult us. We can do it for you. We have so many matrices we can use to measure it so that you know whether the campaign you have run, there's a return on that investment. Your money is justified. That's why we are in business. There are so many matrices we use to measure for you to know whether the campaign is effective or not. That's why we are in business.
Thank you, Mr. Aya, for just taking us through that. Like he rightly mentioned, there are so many metrics used in measuring a return on investment. And for you to be able to beat your chest to say the return on my investment is yielding for me, you need an agency, you need a partner rather, to help you uh, doing this, actualizing this. So for you to have insight into what we are saying this in this episode, want to encourage you to go to our YouTube to view this episode. We also want to encourage you to go to our podcast, Osaren Emokbai, for you to hear our audio and get acquainted with some of these learnings. And if you have the mind, you can just quickly contact us for us to have this discussion in a more higher level and do this engagement for you. We want to just quickly go back to the reason why we had to take you through all of this calculations and all. They're a bit rigorous, mathematical in nature, but we needed you to know that the reason why we are taking you through this is that you, as an advertiser, as a marketer, marketing firm, you are more interested in how do you engage your target audience. What do you need to do? What metrics do you need to put in place to looking at after putting your budget at the lap of the agency out there? What do you need to do to engage them? And we've looked at engagement aspect. We also looked at how do you now have your return on investment. And in having your return on investment, you need to look at some of these metrics, some of this measurement to really optimizing the budget that you have given out, you have appropriated, given to the agency to advertise on your behalf. Mr. Yan, I think you should just
Yes,
come
the
in with
essence
some.
of all these things we are saying is not just to uh, pay agency to run a campaign. You also want to ensure that that money you spent is justified. And how do you do that? Is for you to consult professionals, just like we are talking about. We have mentioned so many metrics we can use to measure the performance so that you can challenge your agency to say that this campaign you run for me, oh, I don't see it. It wasn't effective. I've measured it. It's not for agency to go and measure and come and tell you, yes, we have run the campaign and it was effective. There are professionals who can calculate it mathematically to know whether there is this return on the whatever money you have spent on the campaign. And that's why we are here to discuss on all these advertising performance measurement matrices that we have been discussing.
So it's on this note we want to wrap up this edition. You want to analyze the target audience. You want a proper analysis of the target audience of your products or services you render. You need an agency. You need a professional to help you navigating all of this. So want to encourage you, you can just contact us via telephone lines that are scrolling or email address. We'll be glad that you reached out to us, and we'll be very open to have a discussion with you. So we'll come your way next time. This is still the Anchor. Stay blessed and stay safe.
Mindshare Communications Limited is a world-class marketing, communications, and branding consultancy firm located in Lagos State, Nigeria. We offer a wide array of consultancy and promotional services to corporate businesses and firms. Our services include strategic marketing activities, public relations, advertising, social media management, digital marketing, web development, brand development, marketing activation, strategic branding, market intelligence activities, and telecoms, ranging from CUG management to airtime vending. Call Mindshare Communications today to help you achieve your goals. For further information, please contact Abiola on 0807 739 0974. Send a mail to info@mindsharelimited.com or visit our website at www.mindsharelimited.com. Address 184A Kaduna Road, Crystal Estate, and Mowadofi Estate, Lagos.